So I'm Carrie Hillman, and I'm on the homeowner support team here at We Need a Vacation. And so oftentimes I'll be answering your phone calls or responding to your emails if you have questions that you send in to us. And specifically, I work a lot with the booking management and the calendar sync, as well as reviews and negative reviews if that should ever happen to you. Today we are going to go over booking management. So a couple of weeks ago, we did the introduction to booking management where I just showed how to use the basic features, how to keep track of your bookings and any amounts that the vacationers owe you. And then today I'm going to go into how to send automatic reminder emails for payments, and then also automatic emails for pre-arrival as well as pre-departure. So again, for anybody that's just joining us, we're going to go over booking management today. And we've already done the introduction in a different session. So if you're new to this, just kind of watch as best you can, and you can go back and watch the introduction video first. And then this is the kind of second level of booking management where we're going to go over the automated emails feature. So I'll go ahead and share my screen. Okay, so here we are in the homeowner center. Just scoot that a little bit. And we're going to be working mainly in booking management today, but also we will be using this other section over here, email templates. But we're going to start in booking management, and I will just do a quick review of how to create a general booking. So here we are in booking management. These are all the booking records, a list of the booking records. And then if I wanted to make a new booking record, I would just click right here on full entry. And I can go ahead and select the arrival date. So say I just spoke with someone on the phone about coming to the house in August. Whoops. And I'll just do a Saturday to Saturday rental in August. And for right now, I'm going to mark it as tentative if I haven't gotten the payment and the lease signed yet. So it'll just be tentative for now. And what that will do is it will allow me to keep track of this record, but it won't block the calendar yet. And once I get the first payment, I'll go ahead and mark it as booked, and then that will block the calendar out. So source came from We Need a Vacation. I can put any notes in here about what I talked to the renter about on the phone. I can type the rental rate in right here, and then that's going to automatically calculate the taxes for me right here, which is pretty handy. And additional fees, this is where the, say you charge a linen fee or a cleaning fee, those will get added in here as we enter them in a lower section. So right here is going to be the vacationer contact info. And so if someone inquired through We Need a Vacation, I can just hit this drop down list and go ahead and select them here. And this is just a sample one that I sent to myself. So it pops in their first name, their last name, and their email as well. So a few more details on this side you can add in. If you have their home address and their phone numbers, add those in there. And then this part down at the bottom, the communications and tracking, this is where we'll mostly be working today. And if you're just doing a basic booking, you can manually fill these in yourself. Say you want half the payment for payment one and the other half of the rental rate for payment two, you can manually fill those in yourself. Or we have a system where if you go to the settings, you can have a lot of these fields pre-populate. So, when you want to send the lease by, you can have that date filled in here when you want the lease received by. And I'll explain that more in a moment when we pop over to settings. But if you do have your settings all set up, you can go right here and click apply defaults, and that will fill in all of your settings that you've preset. So I will select apply defaults. And right here, you can see, let me just scroll my screen up a little. You can see it fills in a lot of these fields. So I, had a preset security deposit of $500. I had a cleaning fee of $200, a linen fee of $100, pet fee of $110 if there's a pet. And then the payment portion, I'll explain this more when we go and look at how I set up my settings, but I have half of my payment for payment 1 and the other half for payment 2. And then the due dates that I would like these to be received by. So I want the first payment within about a week of when I have the lease signed and when I'm, setting up the rental. And then payment 2, I ask for 2 months in advance of when the guests are going to arrive. But I'm going to go ahead and save this booking that we're making here. And then we'll go look at the settings so you can see how all those defaults showed up when I click that button. So I can access the settings right here from the main booking page, or I can access it from within one of the bookings. So we'll just pop in right here under settings. And so you can see I've set this up so that once I create a booking for a new renter, I want to make sure I get that lease sent out, within the same day or the next day of when I'm creating this booking record, because I want to, get them signed on as soon as possible if they're ready to commit. And then the lease received, I'd like to receive it back from them within a week. And then the payment schedule I have set up here, I ask for half of the payment or half of the total amount within 10 days of the booking entry date. So as they're signing that lease, I want them to be, pretty quickly sending that first payment to show they're committed and they're going to really stick with me. And then the second payment, again, I said about 2 months before they arrive is when I ask for that second payment. And of course, if you're doing any kind of last minute bookings, you'd want to adjust these settings, or you can override them within the booking record for any one specific renter. If you just get one last minute person, you can go ahead and override these settings within that booking record. And so that's all I'm going to kind of explain here. If you need more detail about how to create this general booking record, you can go back and view our first training, or there are a lot of shorter videos on our help page under booking management. So now we're going to kind of switch over to the showing you how to do the automatic payments. So first, we're just going to stay within this settings section here, and we're going to scroll down to the very bottom. And there are 2 types of email settings here. So the first, email reminder preferences. This is actually for the homeowner, and this will send you email reminders about any kind of upcoming due dates that you have for any of your booking records. So, say there's a payment coming up or a payment is due, it will send you a little reminder saying you have payments due for these different renters coming up in the next week. And then overdue booking item alerts. If a renter missed a payment, then you will get an overdue booking item email. And again, these are just for the homeowner. The vacationer does not see these. So if you enable these will be sent to your email address and only you will see them. And also on the same note, any of the items in the booking record, the vacationer is not seeing those items. That's all just for your eyes. The only thing the vacationer is going to see are these automated emails down here. So these emails are being sent to the guest or the vacationer. And so we have 3 different types: payment due reminder, a pre-arrival info, and a pre-departure info email. So the payment due reminder would be sent whenever an upcoming payment is due. So remember how I set my settings to have the second payment due about 2 months before the vacationer arrives. They would get a payment due reminder 7 days before that payment is due. And so it's a nice little helpful thing in the spring when there are a bunch of different deadlines coming up and payments are due. This will just automatically send the reminders and help everybody remember when payments are due. Okay. And then the pre-arrival info, this is an email that will be sent before the vacationer arrives. And the purpose of this email is to give them all the information they need before they show up at your house. So you can include the home address in this. You can include the amenities you have. You can, copy some information from your listing just to remind them. You can actually put a link to your listing in there. Really any information they need to know before they arrive. how many lawn chairs you have, if you supply a beach umbrella, all those little details, especially linens. You want to really make sure that whatever your linen situation is also included in this. It should also be included in your listing, of course, but a reminder in the pre-arrival info email is very helpful. And then the pre-departure info is what it sounds like. Before the guests leave, they get this email to remind them what they have to do before they leave the home. Maybe they have to take the linens off the beds, or you want them to turn the air conditioning off or open windows, or whatever it is you'd like them to do before they depart. You can include that in this pre-departure info email. And then a little tip I have for this is I also send a text message to my guests as well, saying, I sent you an email that has all the pre-departure info in it, because a lot of times guests aren't really checking their email before they're leaving the house because they're on vacation. Okay, so these are the 3 types of automatic emails that we can send. And then again, this payment due one up here is going to go for each payment you have set up. So payment 1, 2, or 3, you can have it set up for that. And then over here, just scoot these pictures over. Over here on this side, this is showing you what the email is that you're going to be sending. So remember in the beginning, I said we were going to go look at the templates area of our homeowner center. That's where you're going to set these templates up. And I'll show you that in just 1 minute. But before we move over there, I'll just show you right here. You can see a drop down. Well, this one, I just have one, I guess. So let's go down here. You can see a drop down here of the different templates I have available that I could use for this pre-arrival info, or same with the pre-departure. I have 2 options, 2 different templates I can choose from. And We Need a Vacation supplies a sample template, but then you can create your own specific template for your needs. But you just want to remember that this template is going to go to every guest. So you don't want to put anything specific to one guest in the template. It should remain general for everybody, but you can make it specific to your home. Okay, so let's just see here. I think that's all I want to mention here before we move over to templates. Okay, so now we'll go to the templates, and you can either take this shortcut to get there right here, or you can go back to your homeowner center and click on email templates. So I'll just click over there from the shortcut, but I'll show you also in the homeowner center where it is as well, just in case. So in the homeowner center, it's just in the center list here. Email templates is right here. So you click on email templates, and many of you may have already used an email template for inquiry response or guest review request. Those are all also located in the templates as well. But today we're just going to focus on the automated emails. So up here at the top, there's this little button that says show sample templates. So if I click on that, it's going to show you these ones that have the little piece of paper are the sample templates that We Need a Vacation has provided for your use. And then anyone that has this little pink person here, these are ones that I created, or that if you're looking at your homeowner center, these will be templates that you created. So let's go down here and we'll look at this pre-arrival template. So this little green checkbox means this is the one I have selected to be sent out with my pre-arrival email. But if you're just starting out, you will probably start with your upcoming stay default email. And this again is the one that We Need a Vacation provides for you. So if I click on view on this side over here, it's going to show you the template. And then from here, you can either leave it as is, and it should be just fine. You just would need to add a little attachment to it. Or you can update as much as you want in the body of the email. But again, remember, this is going to all the guests. So you don't want to make it specific to the Walker party or whatever. Just keep it very generic for every guest. So if you do want to change it, you're going to set up a new template name up here. So let's just call this demo pre-arrival template. And the subject will be your upcoming stay in the Cape and Islands. Feel free to edit that if you want that to be more specific about your house. And then right here, this part in gray, this is not editable. So this shows the guest's arrival date, their check-in time, departure date, their checkout time. And this information is being pulled from their booking records. It's pretty slick. It pulls in their exact arrival date and departure date, but you are not able to edit this section. It just remains as is with the basics about their stay. But this part down here, you can, of course, edit this part. And anything that's in the brackets like this, like town here, this is going to pull in the town from your listing. So if you have multiple listings, it'll be for the listing that is related to the booking record that you're working with. And then it does say in the body of this email, attached is our welcome guide. So we do highly recommend that you attach a PDF document that has all the welcome information that I talked about earlier. So things like the house address, what amenities you have, a reminder of the bed configurations, a reminder if they need to bring their linens or if linens will be provided, how many lawn chair or beach chairs you have, if you supply, other beach toys or, anything that you have that will make their packing easier, you can let them know. And then the closing, you can edit that if you want, and your homeowner name will be pulled in there. And then right here at the bottom, this is where you'd add the attachment. So if you do want to add a welcome guide, you're going to click here and you can select from any attachments that you've uploaded already. And so the demo welcome packet, this is what I'd attach. And then if I wanted to view it to remember which one was which, I can click on view. And it'll show me a quick view of what my welcome packet is. But let's just go back to the templates. Okay, and then you don't save this one, you just X that out, but it has saved it. So now instead of add attachments, you can see it says view attachments. And then I'm going to save this as new. So it's going to save any changes I've made with my new demo pre-arrival template title. Okay, so we're going to save that. Oh, it already exists because I've already practiced this demo. Let's just select the email template type is going to be a pre-arrival email. And we'll just do.
Harry, do you know if there is a maximum size of attachments allowed?
Probably. I don't know what it is, but it's a good question. I can check into that.
Thank you.
Okay, so new demo template. Okay, so let's try to save that again. Okay, so then right here, you can see new demo template. This is one we just created. If I want to edit that, I can click here to go back, make any changes I want. If I'm, done with this, I decide I don't want to use that one, I can delete it. And then now I'm going to show you how to upload the attachments to our system so that you can link them to these templates. So up here, you can either create a new template by clicking here, or you can click manage attachments. And again, we are just on the email templates page. So if you click manage attachments here, that's where you can create a new attachment to upload, your welcome packet, or, I have dog rules, I have beach information. Some people like to include that all in one big PDF. I find it easier to do it in 3 different shorter ones, but however you want to do it. So if I want to create a new one, I click on create new, and then I'm going to select the attachment type. So we're going to be working with the pre-arrival email. And then from here, this is going to be new demo welcome. Okay, and then the file has to be a PDF. We can only upload PDF files. So then I'm going to go ahead and choose the file from my my desktop. There it is. And so here's my 2024 Orleans Farmhouse info packet, welcome packet. I kind of interchanged those two terms. So then you click save, and then that's going to go into the list of attachments here. So you can see new demo welcome right here. So then if I wanted to add this new demo welcome attachment to the template, I have to go back to the templates part. So if I follow these breadcrumbs up here, I can go back to the email templates and then down to my new demo template here. So I'm going to go over and edit my new demo template. And then all the way at the bottom, again, where it says add attachments, I can click there and I can select the new demo welcome attachment. And again, I can view that quickly if I want to see it. Just, it'll show you so you can remind yourself which one is which. And then going back over here. So I've selected new demo template or new demo welcome packet, and then X that out. It's going to save automatically. And then I do need to save on this page though. So make sure you save this in order to save this new attachment. So again, we're working in the new demo template. And I'm going to save that. Then you can see new demo template right here. Now I have the attachment attached to it, but you can't actually, you can't see that from this view, but it's on there. So now let's say, this is the new template I'd like to use. I don't want to use this old one. So I want to use the new one. And so now I'm going to go back over to booking management to be able to link this template up to my automatic emails. Okay. Any questions about email templates before we leave this page? I know this is a lot, and we do have a video that explains how to do all this. So if you need to watch the video on our help page, or we'll send this video of this training out as well after. Okay. So no questions, and I will go ahead and go back to my homeowner center. I'm going to go to booking management.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask, how do you get the green check? So that's the one that is your preferred one from the screen we were at before, or does it?
Yeah, so I'll show you that right now. That's what we're about to do, is to select the specific template we want, and then it will appear with the green check. So perfect question for where we're about to go. Okay, so I'm going to go back to this sample booking that we were using, and I'll click edit on the side over here. Actually, no, before we do that, I'm going to go to our settings up here. So first we're going to go to the settings, and we will select that template all the way at the bottom of the settings. Okay, so here we are, automated guest emails down here at the bottom. And we were talking about the pre-arrival info here. And so currently I have demo pre-arrival template, but I want the new demo. So here we go. The new demo is right here. So we're going to select that. And now this is the one that will be sent with the pre-arrival email. And so if I want to preview that new demo template, I can preview it here. It's kind of what it's going to look like. It's going to pull this information in automatically. And then let's see, the bottom, you can see it says new demo welcome right here. And I can view that if I want to see what it looks like, just in case I forgot which item I had attached. And then you just X this out because you were just kind of previewing that. But this is set up to be sent 60 days before the arrival date. So, and you just want to make sure that this is checked off as well. And if I want to send payment due reminders, I'm going to enable that one as well. So all these that are checked off are now enabled for any booking record that I have in my list of booking records, as long as they have an email address in the booking record. I can go into each booking record and adjust it. Like say, I don't know, say my neighbor is me renting the house for her family, and she just pays me with a check through the window, you know, and I don't need to send her a payment reminder. I can go into each booking record, and for her booking record, I can delete those payment due reminders so that I'm not bugging my neighbor. You know, I know she remembers to pay me every time, whatever the situation is. But for the most part, you probably want to do send reminders to everyone else. So I've enabled that. So it'll be set up for each booking record unless I go into the booking record and adjust it. And I'll show you how to do that in just a minute. But again, these payment due reminders are going to be 7 days before each different payment is due. The pre-arrival 60 days before the specific arrival date of each renter. And then the same with the pre-departure. Each renter is going to get that email in their inbox the day before they depart our house. Okay, so I think that's everything for this part here. But you know, each one you get a drop down and you can select which template you want to choose for those. Okay, so this is very important that you click save here. So I've enabled these. I've added the specific due dates for them. I've selected the template. Now I have to click save, which is up here in the top right corner. So I'm going to save that. That's going to save my settings. So then let's go back to this sample booking record that we were using. So if we scroll down here, what I'm going to do is, because I just changed a bunch of the settings, I'm going to clear out this form down here at the bottom, and I'm going to apply the defaults again to bring in all of the new things that I just applied. So apply those defaults. It's going to bring in all the new stuff. And so right here, you can see I have a little clock. And if you hover over it, it says the reminder email is scheduled. So I have a reminder for payment 1 and I have a reminder for payment 2. So that's good. And then if I keep scrolling down, I have a reminder for the pre-arrival info and the pre-departure info as well. And let's make sure I have an email address up here. Yep, I've got an email address up here. Okay. So let's say, I don't know, for some reason I didn't want to send the pre-departure info. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to delete that due date and click save. And then when I come back, it's going to show you that there's not that little clock for that specific one. So scrolling down here, so see the pre-departure info, there's no longer that little clock there. So that means that the automatic email for pre-departure is not going to be sent for this guest. So that's one way you can delete or eliminate that. If you want if you don't want any automatic emails to be sent to them, you can delete each specific due date, or you could just scroll up here and delete out their email address if you wanted to do it that way. And also, actually, there's this button here that I've forgotten about, disable automated reminders. So I guess you just click that instead of deleting their email address, and then that will prevent them from getting any automated reminders. And, you know, like say you use other booking platforms, but you track everybody in booking management. Maybe that you have a guest that came to you through Airbnb but you track them in our booking management system. They get email reminders from Airbnb already. So you'd want to disable the reminders to them unless you have something specific that you don't put into your Airbnb account. Then maybe they still need the departure email from you or something like that. But it will say it's coming from We Need a Vacation. So it may be a little confusing to them. But just something to be aware of. Okay. So then what else did I want to show? I think that's it. I think that, let's see here. I did. Okay. So any questions now at the end of this? I'm just going to.
Yeah, Carol Ann would like to know if the payment reminder can be tweaked to include all the amounts being paid in addition to rent, such as the lodging taxes, cleaning fees, etc., or do you have to combine them all into the payment tab?
Okay, so let me open up this booking record and I will explain kind of how we have it set up. So right here, you can see the pricing summary has the rental rate. So this is like the amount that's listed on my calendar for that week. And then the additional fees. So this is all my additional fees that are taxable. So the linen rental, the pet fee if you charge one, and the cleaning fee gets summed up here. And again, these are pulled from the section that's lower than this. And I'll show you that again, just as a reminder, but they've all been added up together, then the taxes, then the total with taxes, and then the security deposit gets added in as well. So then if we scroll down here, this payment 1 and payment 2 is going to be everything before the security deposit. I think we're going to work on adding the security deposit in here somehow in the near future, but for now, it doesn't include the security deposit. So it's just this total right here with the taxes. And the way I have mine set up is it's split 50-50. But again, in your settings, you can set that up however you want. And then say you have it split 50-50 and one of your renters says, oh, can we do 3 payments? It's around the holidays. I need smaller payments. And you say, sure, you can go ahead and manually override this 50-50 by, putting 2,000 for the first one, 2,000 for the second one, and whatever the remainder is for the third one. I don't know, you can do the math, but you can just manually override those. And then once you click save, if I click save here, it's going to show me that there's going to be a payment reminders for all 3 of those. Oh, it doesn't show a payment reminder email for payment 3. I'll have to look into why that didn't show up, but it should do it. It should send an automatic email for all 3 of these payments. But yes, you can switch these amounts around however you want. If some people wait and collect the taxes in payment 3, it's totally fine. You can override any of those numbers, or in the settings, you don't even have to do payment 1 and payment 2 as 50%. You can just leave those as 0, and you can just update those however you want them within each booking record. You don't even have to have anything set there. Did that answer your question enough?
Carrie?
Yes.
To add to that, there are people who, I know when, for my rental, I collected half of the rent when they signed the lease, and then the balance, along with the lodging tax and the security deposit, were due. Well, I said 1 month prior, but you could do 2 months. You wanted to their tenancy. And to me, it just, you can do it however you'd like. A lot of people just split it 50-50, but I just felt it was cleaner that way. And that the lodging tax is not due to the Department of Revenue until a month after their departure. So if you book in September for a August rental, you would have that lodging tax all those months. And the vacationer might appreciate not having to pay that until later, since it's not even due until after they leave.
Right.
And the other thing is, if there are any changes, let's say they stay another day, or they're not bringing a pet after all, and that affects the tax. So then you have to recalculate the tax. And it just seemed cleaner to me to do it that way. But there's many people just feel that it's easier to just do it 50-50.
Yeah, so if somebody did want to do it that way, they could in your settings, you could set the first amount to be, you know, whatever set amount they always pay, you know, $2,000 or something. And then you would leave payment 2 blank. And then within each booking record, it would show up that the first payment would pop in automatically as $2,000. And then you would manually add up. You could use this tally up here to add up the remaining amounts. And then you would fill that amount in right here and then click save. And that would save for that specific booking record. Any other questions come in the chat over there, Sarah?
Nope. No additional ones at the moment. Anybody
Anyone
have
else?
questions?
Anyone else want to unmute and ask a booking management question?
Hey, Gary, this is Steve. When the automated email is sent, where's the record of that?
So right here, it's going to show date completed. When it's sent, it'll pop in a date that was completed, and then this little clock is going to disappear again. So if you have a date completed showing here, it means that it got sent. You also get an email sent to a copy of the email sent to whatever email you have on file as the owner. So you'll see the email, and it actually, you'll see that it's sent to the vacationer, and you are copied on that that email that was sent to the vacationer. So you can see the exact thing that they received. And actually, sometimes I even reply to that email and just, you know, add a little something else in for the homeowner, any other details.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay. Any other booking management questions? If you don't have any other booking management questions, I can move on and show you the export function that we have within booking management. And I can also give you a sneak preview of the reports function that will be coming out soon.
I just have one quick question.
Sure.
Could you explain what is show hidden fields, mark all completed, or email history? Those are pretty obvious what those are, but what are the hidden fields?
So hidden fields are, if you go into settings, you can hide some fields that you don't use. So like I never actually charge a pet fee, so I can hide that.
Okay.
Damage waiver is really just for realtors. So it's this column here.
Yeah.
That's going to hide it from all your booking records just to keep it cleaner.
Okay, perfect.
You know, because you don't need all these empty fields loafing around and clogging up your view.
Yeah.
But if you did want to see them for some reason, you can click that show hidden fields.
Okay. Perfect. Thanks.
Carrie, Michelle wanted to know if you're able to show an example of how to send the contract through the website.
How to send like the lease agreement through the website? It's a good question. I typically send the lease agreement through DocuSign. So if somebody wanted to send like a PDF that the renter would print out, you'd have to do it through your email, because you can't actually, you can make a template, but you can't attach an individualized lease agreement. So like my template would say, you know, you'll be receiving an email from DocuSign that has your lease agreement in it. If you could get that back to me within 7 days. But that's a generic template that can go to anyone, that I can use to send to anyone. But I don't think you'd want to use our template system to send your lease agreement, because you'd have to upload as an attachment each one of your leases, which you could do, but I would recommend just sending that through your email. Right, Joan?
That's what most people do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so if other booking management questions come up, feel free to jump in and ask them, but I'll just quickly show the export spreadsheet and the reports as well. Okay, so we are going to go back to our list of bookings right here. So here we are on the list of bookings, and up here we have the export function, and this is only showing on my view because I'm in here as an admin, but pretty soon you all will have this reports option showing up right here as well, as soon as we enable that, which should be very soon. And so first, the export function. If you just click that, you can see it exported an Excel file with all of the booking information. So that if I click on that, it should open this up. These are all my upcoming bookings that I had listed on that view that we showed before. So it's got all the details: arrival, departure, check-in, check-out, everything. It's all listed here. Even if it's not filled out, there's a field for it. All the payments, the fees, everything. And so that's just sort of one big spreadsheet you can download. Like, say you want to download this at the beginning of the season before your summer rentals start. You can print everybody off. If you wanted last year's rentals, you can just adjust these dates. So let's see. If I adjust that by a year and I click find, then it's going to show all of last year's rentals. And if I clicked export, it would show me everybody from last year in the export file. And then for reports, this is similar, but slightly different. If I click on reports, it's going to allow me to filter that down a little bit. So again, I can select date range, what I want to show. I can do a monthly report. I can do this detailed report. And then, so let's see, if I click on monthly report, it's going to show you the view with each month there. And then if I wanted to just show 1 month, I could do, say I'm, getting ready to submit my taxes. I could show all of June, find that. Or if you knew that, one person checked in at the beginning, like they checked in June, but they left in July, you'd have to include them in the correct monthly reports. You might just have to adjust your dates a little bit to make sure they're included in the correct monthly report. But then you can export this, and then it will just export just the small amount that you have here. Or like if you wanted to look at the monthly view for, say, you could select the whole year and do, like we showed before earlier, all the different months. But so you can just kind of, once this becomes live, you can play around with it and see how it would be most helpful for you. But it's kind of a neat little tool that will be coming up shortly. Okay, so I think that's all I have for today. Any last questions before we sign off? Okay.
Gary?
Yeah, Joan.
Yeah, some people have asked me, should I put in all of my inquiries into booking management? And you could end up with quite a lengthy list if you did that. Might be best advisable to just put in as tentative those bookings that you are pretty sure are going to follow through. Somebody inquires and you respond to them, there's no guarantee that they will follow through. You've inquired, you've responded, and some are inappropriate. They want to bring a pet and they don't accept pets, or they have too many people in their party. So no it doesn't seem advisable to enter everyone into this list. Is there a way you can archive too, can't you?
Yes, I believe there is a way to archive. So,
Thought there was.
Thought there was a way to archive as well, but I'm not seeing it.
Well, the other thing is that tentative, I mean, if you do feel they're going to follow through and it's just a matter of, the lead to getting a deposit, tentative is really a good setting because it will prevent you from booking, making another booking. Just heard from someone the other day who was mad at himself for having promised a past tenant that she could have 2 weeks in summer, and then he didn't. That was some time ago, and in the meantime, he got an inquiry for one of those 2 weeks, and he booked it. The lease was signed. Now his prior renter is angry with him, so the tentative is a really good option, and it does not reflect. It's not reflected on your calendar, so it doesn't prevent some prospective renters from inquiring about your rental, but it does prevent you from double booking.
Right, definitely.
We get, a panic homeowner who said double book. So really.
On that topic, Joan, actually, if I have a renter that stays in the summer, when they leave the house, they're so happy and they say, oh, we'd love to come back next year, the same week, whatever. And I say, great. And it's all like casual, but I put that right into booking management so I don't forget. And then when the dust settles a little, I follow up with them and make sure to get them the lease and the payment schedule and all that. But I don't need to be like handing them a lease immediately when they say, we want to come back next year. And actually going back to the archive part, probably the best way to like archive something in our system here is if you marked the booking as canceled, then when you come to this main booking page, if I just show everybody that's booked for next year, then that's going to hide all the tentative and the canceled people. So it's not the same as archiving, but it's pretty much, that's the best way to do it with our system as we have it.
I just had a quick question. That was helpful that you said you put it into booking management. So I had someone who said, they want to come back. So you put them as tentative?
Yeah. So right here, let's take this one. I'm going to edit that. And this is the person that's staying this summer. After her stay, she says to me, oh, I really want to come back. There is a way to copy it, but I don't do this very often. Where is it? There's a way to copy the booking record so that you take all of her information and just plop it into next year. Maybe it's here.
It's on that screen, Carrie.
Over copy to the right here. Yeah. Thanks. So you just click copy right here and it's going to create a new booking record, and you put the dates for 2025 right here, but it still has all my notes. So you can see my 2023 notes, my 2024 notes, and then I can pop in, she said she wants to return in 2025. I need to get her rental agreement out to her, whatever your notes for her are. So that way it just, you can quickly create a booking record. And then right here, status, because I haven't received a payment, I'm kind of a stickler about that. I'm not going to mark it as booked until I receive a payment. So I just mark it as tentative.
Great, that's helpful. Thank you.
Tell me that again. I didn't see. I normally just redo the dates. That's what I usually do. But
okay. So I'll show you that again. Let's see here. So right here, this is my 2024 booking. So in August, when Lynn leaves, I can just click copy, which is right over here on the far right. And if I click copy, that's going to open up a new full entry that doesn't have the dates. The dates are just left blank. And then that way you can preserve that 2024 booking record in case you ever need to go back and refer to it and, you know, see what she paid in 2024 or whatever the case may be. But then you have a new separate booking for 2025.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And I think Frank asked the question about where do you see this? And to the vacationer, your calendar doesn't look any different. It doesn't show tentative, but on your calendar in your homeowner center, it will show, it'll be grayed out and it'll distinguish the tentative from booking, but you will see it. And if you try to enter a booking for a week that has any part of it, even a day that's already booked, it'll say you can't enter because you already have a booking for that week. That's where the
Yeah. Okay. So you can see view calendar right here at the top of this bookings page. And that gives me a quick view of the calendar. And you can see we've got available, unavailable, tentative, or unknown is the color coding here on the side. And if you want to actually go to see your, you know, your real calendar where you would normally be adding in your pricing, you can go here and you can see these gray ones are weeks that are blocked out through booking management. They're gray and they're also crossed out. But I just did that January 2025 booking as we were talking. And this one I marked as tentative. So you can see this is gray, but it's not crossed out or checked. And then this is going to still be available or showing as available on your listing page. So the vacationer will just see this as a regular week that's open and available. But when, you know, when the vacationer calls or they email, you'll, you know, okay, they want the first week in January. So then you go and you check and you say, oof, I've got a tentative booking for that week. So then you're going to, you know, check in with the tentative person and right back to the new inquiry and just navigate that as you would normally, but at least you got a little reminder here that you've got this tentative booking. And one last note about the automatic emails. We do have a little PDF checklist that we can send out. And it just kind of has all the items you need to do to step through everything that I just showed you. So you can kind of work your way through and check everything off. And if you are going to do it, I would just recommend that you do it all in one sitting as best you can. Like draft your emails, get your attachments ready, upload everything to the website, set your dates and get it all set. Don't do it halfway. Because if you do it halfway, then you're going to, you know, just like, you know, some automated emails might be going out that don't have the attachments on them. And you don't want to deal with that. You just want to make sure you complete everything so it's all set to go. And I would say do that as soon as you can if you want to do this, because, you know, bookings are going to be coming in more and more as we get closer to the new year and then into the spring. So I would just advise get it all set up in one swoop so that you're not, you know, doing half of it and then forgetting which half you already completed. So yeah. Hey, any last questions?
So are you going to email us that PDF list?
Yes, I think we'll send it out if we can with the follow-up email that has the recording of this session. And if not, then we'll find another way to send it.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, Carrie, it's Michelle. I just got an answer from Sarah. I clicked on report on my own rental through We Need a Vacation, and it said to choose an app. And so I couldn't really read the report very easily. I didn't know what to do from there. So do you know what app or what I should choose in order to read that report?
Interesting. I would imagine I would try Excel if you have Excel, but
I usually work through like Google.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll look into that. I haven't run into
Yeah, Michelle, you could do Google Sheets if you have Google Drive. You know that it exports the same as it does into Excel. You may have to just change it to be I believe it's Google, is it Google Numbers or Sheets? But it should export in there just fine if you use that.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
So that's good to know. I didn't realize that the reports function was already up there for the homeowners. That's great.
I think it wasn't reports. It was the one that's there now. Export. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Great. All right. Well, thanks everybody for joining. Keep your eyes peeled for our next office hour. Topic to be determined. We don't know what it is yet, but it'll be exciting, I'm sure. So
thank you
for joining.
Have a great day, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.